Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 5 of FTB Infinity Evolved Skyblock with me, Reliikgaming. So, let's just have a quick look at what I have done since the end of the last episode. And first up, we've automated the smeltery. As I said, we'd use the redstone clock, which we have. I put a lever on there so I can control when that's on or off, and I've connected the output here via a hopper into a chest so we can collect up the bits and pieces there. I've not done the same on this side because I didn't feel the need to. In order to do that, I had to create a little bit of a platform down here, which, yeah, that's all good because that's going to help us later on when we do need to get down there and expand out with our pipes and stuff, because I'd prefer them to be underneath as we get them. I've made another two of the survivalist generators. Now, as I said, I'd have a look at the power output of these, and I have. And I've made a little bit of an error, actually, making these over the hobbyist steam engine. The reason being is because these only actually output 5 RF per tick, so we would have to create quite a lot of them to actually sort of like get this running up to capacity, plus to power anything else that we make. So in between this episode and the next episode, I am actually going to replace those with the hobbyist steam engine, which I'd probably say should have done in the first place. And this has been sort of running away, and it's collected a few bits and pieces, but say it's not going at any particularly great speed. Hopefully we can rectify that. And in the meantime, I've been doing stuff manually. Over here, I've automated dirt production. So again, just using some hoppers over the composting barrel. And yeah, so we've collected just over a stack of that, which I'm quite pleased about. By shearing the leaves, that's managed to speed that up. I planted down a few of the rubber trees. So I planted the seed, and I managed to get a few more saplings, and I've planted those down as well. So we've collected a fair bit of rubber in the process, which is all good. The thing that I'm most happy about with this is the seed was actually one of the Mine Factory Reloaded seeds rather than the IC2 seed. The IC2 rubber trees, if you've never seen those before, which you probably have, they have these little sort of nodules of rubber on, which you have to hit with the rubber tap, and then if you hit them more than once, they fall off and they can't be used again. The tree's then useless. Whereas this, you just cut the tree down. Hopefully you get a sapling back, replant it, and yeah, you get quite a bit from that. I just feel like they're a little bit less faffy, and I'm pleased that I got that rather than the IC2 one. And that's probably about it over that side. The only other thing realistically that I've done is just set up some additional lava production here and set up a little area using one of the stone barrels from Max Nihilo where we can collect some obsidian. So just a water block over the top here, put some lava in, turns into obsidian, and then I can collect it from down here. And yeah, that is about the level of it. So I want to get on anyway because there's quite a few bits that I want to get done today. And the thing that I want to start off with is the blast furnace. I've collected all the bits that I need for that, and that's required a lot of sifting. So first of all, we're going to need some gunpowder because we're going to go down the TNT route for this. And secondly, we need to, in fact, I've got the sand on me. We need to grab the sand. And we're also going to need some hardened clay, which I don't think I've started yet. That's just going to require me to smelt up some of these clay blocks. Now, I think I need 28 of these, so let's just get those actually started, and hopefully, although I don't think it will, be enough coal. So we just grab this coal from in here for now, and we can just leave that running for a minute, and that's going to turn into hardened clay. Now, just a quick word on the blast furnace. So there's actually, again, two different routes that you can take for this. The first one's the immersive engineering, the second one is railcraft. Both the bricks use pretty much the same amount of resources. If you just go to the TNT equivalent for this, it uses the same amount of sand, but instead of hardened clay, it uses bricks. Well, that uses exactly the same amount of clay. So a piece of hardened clay uses a block of clay, which is 4 pieces, and a brick uses 4 bricks. Each brick is made out of a piece of clay, so it's exactly the same. The reason why I've chose the immersive engineering one over the railcraft one is because this is a 3x4x3 multi-block, and the immersive engineering is a 3x3x3 multi-block. So just saving a little bit of resource, and there was no reason other than that really that I chose it. Let's get on with it. Hopefully we can grab a few pieces of this. And so we've got some sand. Let's start off. Let's just make a few of these bricks. So I'll just do it directly through here because I need to make the TNT first, which is going to require some sand as well. I need, I believe, 27 bricks all in all, and that used more gunpowder than I'd anticipated it would. In fact, no, that's fine to have that much because each one of these is going to produce. Each one of these produces 4 bricks. Yes, so that's actually fine. I got a little bit worried there. And let's just grab a little bit more of that, and let's just see how many bricks we get straight off the bat here. So 12 bricks, not too bad. What I'll do is I'll just let the rest of this smelt up and I'll be back when it's done. Okay, so that all finished up. I've grabbed the rest of the bricks that I wanted and that I needed, and while I was waiting, I've just set up a little area where I'm going to put it. Next to the coke oven seems a good a place as any. So let's just pop this down. As I say, remember this doesn't actually need to be hollow in the middle. We can put this down like so. And I've just made life a little bit difficult for myself. And like this. There we go. And in order to make this work, I think it's might be the engineer's hammer from immersive engineering. We need to give it a tap with that. So let's just quickly make one of those. If we just type in hammer, it's probably going to give us quite a few options. We just need to find the engineer's one. There it is. So it's just a couple of sticks, bit of iron and some string, all of which we've got. Let's just grab our string and our sticks and our string, and we can just pop those in like so. That there, and a couple of bits in there. And then, as I say, we just go and give that a click with the hammer, and that should be finished, which I thought it would be. That actually hasn't done. Oh yes, it has. It was just must have been a bit of lag on the server. So if we now look at this, we've got a slot here, I think, where we put our iron, and I'm kind of wondering if this will run on coal coke, which if it does, I am going to be quite happy. And it does indeed. And that is going to take quite a while for that to actually turn into steel, which is kind of why I wanted to make this now. That's that ticked off the list. The next thing that I want to get is the Thermionic Fabricator. The reason why I want to get that is because ultimately I want to get the assembly table with the accompanying lasers, and the lasers require an output that you can only make in the Thermionic Fabricator, which I just have to remind myself of what they're called. Thermionic Fabricator. In fact, no, that was wrong. I wanted to get laser. So these things here, the diamantine electron tubes, so they are made in the Thermionic Fabricator with some diamonds and redstone. So in order to make the fabricator, as you've probably seen already there, it's going to take quite some resources. Well, I've kind of wrong thing in there. I've kind of prepared ahead a little bit for that. So I've already got the gold, and the sturdy casing requires bronze, which I've already smelted down both of those. And I've possibly got some glass already. Yes, I've got the glass. So let's just go and grab, I think, the gears first, because we need 4 of those. So 4 bronze gears. Let's just turn that onto bronze, and let's grab our gear. No, the gear's already in there. So we need to get 4 of those, and I think that's everything we need. It is. And there's the Thermionic Fabricator. So if I just pop that next to... Do I just want to pop it next to a generator? In fact, let's just grab the generator away from here altogether and leave that running on 2. We'll just pop down another couple of slabs. We'll put that there and the generator next to it. I've got a feeling that this is probably going to be horrifically slow. So I'll put that in there, and let's just see if that's gaining any power at all, which is not telling me that it is, which is possibly a little bit worrying. And we also need liquid glass in there. Didn't really think about that, about how that would actually work. Okay, so I've had a quick look up at that, and it seems that you just put the glass into this slot here. Yeah, there we go, and that then turns into liquid glass. And then what we need to do is pop in the diamonds and the redstone, and that is ever so slowly going to turn into what we need. In fact, we're going to need some more glass. So let's just smelt up some more sand, because I think that's saying that we need 8 pieces of glass. So we put in 5. Let's just quickly smelt up another 3 and see how that works. I've not used this machine before, so this could be a bit of trial and error. Just while that's doing that, let's just go and see, has that done anything else? Okay, so I was just being a little bit crazy there, to be honest. What it required was, if I just read this again, resources needed to be added to the machine's inventory to begin crafting this recipe. It actually refers to this box here. So all I needed to do was put the pieces I wanted to craft into here, and that's now finished that. So yeah, it was just as simple as that. And for the bits that I've actually put in there, I didn't notice that it wasn't actually using them. I don't know how I didn't notice that, but there we go. We've got our tubes, the electron tubes that we need to carry on with the next part of today, which is going to be to get the assembly table and the lasers. So this is a little bit more simple. Just need some redstone, some obsidian, and a couple of those tubes that we've just made. Might as well, as we ended up making 4 of the tubes, we might as well make 2 lasers, because then that will make the assembly table work a little bit quicker. Grab the bucket, and we'll just make... I've already got a couple of pieces of obsidian that I made earlier when I was testing that this worked. And if we just make sure that I actually get this into the bucket. There's one piece of obsidian. Let's grab that. And then another bucket of lava. Pop that in there. And grab the other piece of obsidian. I am going to make this a little bit better because that's not working as well as I'd like it to at the moment. So there's our other bits of obsidian. We've got the redstone. So let's make the lasers. As I say, we can make 2 of those. And then the actual assembly table, I'm fairly sure that that's just some more obsidian. So we need another 6 pieces of obsidian, a diamond gear, and a bit of diamond. So a diamond gear is just a gold gear surrounded by diamonds. And I'm fairly sure that we've taken all of the gold out of here now. So we're going to have to put some of that back. I think that'll be enough. And this, for whatever reason, didn't have enough bronze in here. I think that must be something to do with the way that gears are made. But no worries. Let's just pop the table back down again. Like so. Put the gear cast on. Like that. And let's just wait for this gold to melt down. In fact, while that's doing that, let's go and grab the obsidian that we need. That is all the obsidian. Let's go and grab our gold gear, which hopefully gold is at the bottom, which it's not. There we go. And just pop that in there manually for now. I didn't actually check how much the ingots that the gears actually use. I didn't see it was an odd amount, so that's actually quite annoying, which is kind of going to break our automated system every time we grab a gear. There's not going to be quite enough to empty the smeltery, which was kind of the plan, to always try to keep it empty when I don't need other stuff out of it. We'll have to think of a way around that. So anyway, enough of that. We just need to make the gold gear then. So the diamond gear. So that's 4 diamonds around the outside of that. There's our diamond gear. We've got enough diamonds just to finish that off. And that is our assembly table. Now, temporarily again, I'm just going to pop that next to this here. And I think you can just put the lasers next to it. So the assembly table in the middle, the 2 lasers, and the lasers require the power. So both sides of that are going to need to be powered. I'm actually just going to take both of these generators for now. Now, I don't know if you noticed them, but this actually requires quite a lot of power. So this is going to be really, really slow. So it needs 1,000 or 10,000 RF, and then to make, I think it might tell you how much you actually need to make a chipset. In fact, it does 100,000 RF just to make a chipset. So yeah, that's going to take a fair while to finish. So we'll just pop those there for now. Put the coal coke back in. And yeah, so they're starting to fill up with power. And the recipe, I think we'll probably make a couple of these redstone chipsets, and all they actually require is redstone. Then the iron requires iron and redstone. In fact, rather than just putting redstone chipsets in there for no reason whatsoever, let's just have a look what I need, because the next thing, and it's not going to be in this episode, the next thing I want to make is the metal former, and that requires a few bits and pieces, including the basic machine casing, which is where we're going to need the iron chipset. So that is the metal former. Amongst other things, this is going to allow us to make the kinetic wind generator. You can actually spell that, kinetic wind generator. Yeah, I'm going to have a go at making this in the next episode. I'm probably going to make the water wheel as well, because that's one of the big features in immersive engineering. But no, the IC2 wind generator, so it uses these shafts of iron, which is why we need the metal former. But I just thought, yeah, maybe this is kind of a cheap way of making power. What I'm trying to really find is a way of replacing the items that they've taken out of this pack. So previously in mod packs, I've used a combination of lava generators and the magmatic dynamos, with lava being brought in from the nether, but they've both been removed, so you can't actually make those in this pack. So I need something else that I can replace those with. So yeah, I'm going to give the water wheel a try, because I say, big feature, part of immersive engineering. But I'm also going to give the wind generator a try as well. And I know the immersive engineering, the water wheel produces 30 RF per tick per wheel. So you can link wheels together. You probably get a decent amount of power from that. I just want to see how well we get on with this as well. That said, the power that we're using at the moment, I'm not really sure, you know, the more I think about it, whether or not I want to go through the process of updating these to the hobbyist steam engines. I know 5 RF per tick versus the 20 RF per tick. Yeah, maybe worth it, but it's also quite expensive. And if I'm going to be sort of moving on to try a different power source anyway, I don't know whether or not it's worth the hassle. I think possibly what I'll do is I'll try the wind generator, see how that works out. If that's a rubbish idea, then we'll scrap that. We'll make the water wheel, and if we do need to make any of these hobbyist steam engines just to sort of supplement the power, then we'll do that. Yeah, that sounds like a plan. Anyway, I am going to leave the episode there because we're kind of running out of time. And as always, if you've liked the video, drop us a like. And thanks ever so much for joining us. And in the meantime, take care. I'll see you next time. Bye.